There it is.
All right, is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, hello everyone. This is the fundamentals of Solidworks. If you're watching this, I did kind of want this to be like a follow along, and hopefully within the next hour we will have you made these 4 parts and maybe even assembled them. But this is just to show you how to make things in SolidWorks, some of the basic features, and just general tips and tricks. So let's get started. We'll make this body here first. So one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to click new, and it should pop up this little screen. You have 3 basic types of SolidWorks files: part, assembly, and drawing. I'm going to click on part.
We have to pick a unit first.
Okay, so if you're first time setting up, put it in inches. I have mine in inches. You can always change that later. And to change it, I might as well go on this little tangent. Right here at the top, kind of left middle-ish, is this options. So you can click that options, go to document properties tab, and you hit units. And right here you can specify, and this is also a good trick, length. You can specify the precision of it. So it's a good idea to have it at 3 to the 1000th place, or even to the 10,000th place. These are generally the precisions you'll work with in general engineering. You get into precision engineering, you start going smaller.
Which dimension standard do we need to use?
The general one, whichever one's selected. That's like encoding features and stuff. That's too technical.
Harry, you said inch, pound, second, right? IPS?
Yes, IPS. Inch, pounds, second. See right here. But you also have millimeter, gram, second. Yeah, so you can change between these depending on your part. If you're, making a metric assembly, or someone asks you to put in metric, don't just convert inches, like actually change your file to be in metric. So, we just, for this demonstration, let's put our length to the 3 decimal places. Get that little added precision. SolidWorks is default 2 decimal places for length. So it's a very good question.
So, okay, quick. So where are the document properties units? Where would that be in the...
Okay, so right here on the main screen, like the part screen, it's going to be right here at the top, options.
Options, okay.
See where it's the little
I see now.
Yeah, so you click that, and then document properties on this tab right here. Units, and bam, decimal. Decimals for length. And it's got a little drop down arrow. You click it, and then just click how many decimal units you want.
We're doing 3, right?
Yeah, we'll do to the 1000th place.
For the dual dimension, do you suggest we put 2? Oh, mine just...
So dual dimension length is like, there's this thing called smart dimension, and you can specify like multiple dimensions at once with it. You don't normally use it. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. You can specify dimension, and then you can also specify it in millimeters. See here. See, so right now we're in inch, pound, second. But if we wanted, when we're like saying, hey, this is an inch long, we can also say like, oh, it's also this many millimeters long. And you can change the precision of that later. We generally work in inch. Let's not mess with that. Okay. That making sense?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's get to actually making parts. So, right here on the left-hand side, you have this is gonna have your planes, features, and reference geometry. This little tab here, when it's on the little T-shape tab, the little part tab, So we're gonna, in order to make a sketch, which is gonna be the profile of a extrude thing or drawing, you need to select a plane. It needs a plane in the space to make that drawing. So you start off with 3 planes, front, top, right, and we'll go ahead and start with the front plane. So you just click to select it, but you can also right click and go here to the little arrow coming out of the plane. It's called normal to, and that'll set you 90 degrees perpendicular to that plane. When you click it, put you right there. Okay, and now that we have this plane selected, is everyone there?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We can go to the sketch tab. Right now we're in the features tab. Right to the right of it is the sketch tab. We click on it, and in the top left is sketch. So we click on that, and now we're in sketch mode. As you can see, our little origin is highlighted with these 2 arrows. And so that's like 0, 0, 0 on our axes. And
The
we can,
axes are in the corner too.
yeah,
The bottom corner.
yeah. So these are also, you can like quick reference with them. Just different views. But for now, we're gonna start drawing. So up here in the top left, you have your basic shapes. You've got, draw a line, and then you have different types of lines: center line, midpoint line. You have circles, perimeter circles, splines. We'll get into those. And then you have rectangles. And we want to do the center rectangle. It should automatically be there, and you can just click on the square. If not, you got to click the little drop-down list and select center rectangle. Sorry.
Question, Harry.
Yep.
Okay, so check it out. I'm in the same view as yours, but on mine, I don't know if I pressed something. I have like a cross, like straight from the length and then straight from the width. So I have like a cross in the middle. I don't know if I pressed something.
Cross.
Yeah, let me see if I can if I can share this so you can see real quick.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Oh, disabled. Oh, I'm not able to.
I think the host can change who's able to share screen.
Let
Yeah.
me see if I can share screen. Oh yeah, hold disable the participant screen. You might have to enable it.
Yeah, I think it's in security, right? Where is it? I have no idea where it is, man. I'll do these.
Yeah, I think it should be in security.
Security. Name. No.
Let me see. Yeah, it's.
All right, let me pause, share. Here, let me try and record. So you should have more rights than everyone else. So maybe you can share your screen now.
Disabled? No, it's still disabled. Now what I could do is I could just exit Solidworks and do it all over again.
No. Try and. I don't know. There. Did it do something? Dang.
Still disabled, yeah. Let me see.
Not much. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I'm dumb. It was under security. I just didn't see it. Okay, try it.
You can screen share while the other participant is sharing.
All right, then I'll stop screen sharing.
There it is. Okay. So check it out. There it is.
Oh, so you didn't have the front plane selected. So right now it's asking you to share right now it's asking you to select a plane. So you had the front, you were normal to the front plane, but you didn't have it selected when you click sketch. So you can just click the front plane right now. I click on it.
Go to features.
And bam, now you're in it.
Okay, and then even though I don't have my the rectangle here.
Yeah, so you're in it. You're just not like seeing it.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
So in
okay.
the bottom left, right there, it says front and like the little asterisk, and like you can see the z-axis is like pointing
I
towards
see.
you.
Yeah, towards me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm fine, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay. Cool. All right. Let me just stop sharing and go back to you. Go for it.
Screen one, share. All right, so where were we? Right, center rectangle. So we're gonna click that, and your little cursor should change to this like pencil.
Pencil.
Yeah, we're gonna click it, and then you can go outward from the origin, and see now you got a nice little rectangle. And so this is of arbitrary width and length, so we can just click it there, and then we'll define right now the exact width and height we want it to be, or length. So we'll come back up here to the top left and click on the smart dimension. And so what the smart dimension does is it's a smart way to make dimensions. So you can just click on the side here, and then it'll ask you what dimension you want it to be. So for now, we'll stick with 6 inches for the length, and then we'll come over here to the width, and we'll set it at like 2. Yeah, that looks fun. Damn. Oh no, that looks kind of blocky. So if we want to change it, well, we can, to like exit the smart dimension, because right now we're still kind of in it. See, this left panel is all this information about the dimension. We can actually change the value here. If we put primary value right here on the left, we can change it to 1.5, and bam, that looks a little less fat. And then we can hit the check mark right here.
Sorry, where's the? Okay.
Yeah, top left, check mark right under dimension. And so that'll just pretty much you're giving it a okay on that dimension. And so you exit the dimension, and here we are. We have a nice rectangle.
So we are wanting the side to be 1.5, right?
Yeah. So we put 2, and then we changed it. If we wanted to change
Okay.
it again, you can just double click here, and it'll select it. You'll get this little window pop out, and you can change it here. You can type 1.5 in there. And just always remember to check mark it. I think you can also press escape, and I'll kind of like exit it, leaving it there. So now that we got those done, we can exit the sketch by either pressing this button here in the top right, or pressing this button here. I'm sorry, in the top left, and then or pressing this button here in the top right. And so bam, there's our sketch named Sketch 1. If you're dealing with more complex parts, having everything named extrusion 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to like 15 or something, it gets kind of annoying and gets a little hard to find things. You can actually rename these. You can hit rename tree item, or sometimes if you double click on their name, it'll do it. And you can say like block.
What are
You
we
don't
calling
need,
it?
well, you don't need to rename it. I'm just saying you can. But I just named it block. So that's like a little feature in case, like, if you have a large, very complex part, it gets a little annoying sometimes. So we can select our sketch, right? So we click on it in the tree, in the feature tree. That's what this is called, by the way. And we have it selected, highlighted there. We're going to click back on the Features tab. Oh no, Alan went away from his desk. All right, Alan. So we have our block highlighted, our little sketch, sketch one, whatever you called it. And we click on the Features tab, and we're going to click Extrude Boss Base. And so what a boss base is it's like a projected part, like a thing that's sticking out. That's what boss base means. And so now we're taking a 2D profile and we're turning it into a 3D shape. And that's basically what we're happening here. And there's multiple ways we can do this. There's blind, which is just, we're going to project it out one side, in this case, the front side. You can do this like 300 inches, no, 3 inches, right? And so that'll be on this side, but it's generally a good practice to have the center of your part be 0 on your origin. You get me? Like you want the center of your part not to be offset from the origin. So if we were to project this way, it would kind of be on the edge of our part, the origin. So we can choose mid-plane here at the bottom of this little direction 1 drop-down list. And bam, that puts it right in the middle. So we have 1.5 inches coming out here forward, and we have 1.5 coming out backwards. So it kind of does the math for us.
So it's like that face is right in the middle of.
Yes, where we drew is right in the middle, and that's why it's called mid-plane. So the plane we were on, the front plane, is now in the middle of our part. We mash that check mark, and bam, there it is. You can see it in all of its glory right there. So the middle mouse button, if you're using a mouse, lets you rotate the part. And if you hit spacebar, you get a list of views you can see, like front, left, top, back. Right here in the corner should be isometric, and bam, there's also diametric and trimetric. Once you take engineering graphics, you'll know what those are, but they're basically similar to isometric. What isometric is like a perfect 45 between all 3 axes, as you can see here in the bottom left. It's like bam, perfect. So let's design some more, right? So that's the basics of making a sketch. Let's take it up a notch. Let's make a non-square sketch. So that's same way we did last time. Let's select that front plane. Let's get normal to it. Make sure it's still highlighted. Go to sketch, and we'll hit sketch again. All right. And let's make something nice. This car needs to have a cabin. So let's, on this little line, hit the drop down arrow, come down to center line. And now what a center line is it's a construction line. It's reference for you. It's not gonna come out as a shape when you project it. It's just for you to get reference off of whatever you're drawing. So as you can see,
what did we do to do this?
To get the center line?
Yeah.
Well, you just click down right here on the little line symbol.
On this line, the top line of the box.
Yeah. So we're in the sketch, right? You're in the sketch.
Right.
You go right here. Right here's line, right? If you hover over it, should say L. If you go to the right just a little bit, there's this little drop down arrow. When you click it, you get 3 types of lines. So you get regular line, center line, and midpoint line.
Okay.
We're going to click that center line, and then we can draw from this top left corner out whatever distance. We'll specify the distance right now.
Okay.
So once you got
that, we hit escape, right?
Wait, start. I'm in a meeting right now. Sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, you hit escape to exit the line, or there was like a check mark up here. You can hit that too. And so we'll come over here to smart dimension. It's generally a good practice to smart dimension everything because that locks it in place and it doesn't change easily. When sketches are the black in SolidWorks, like the points are black and the line themselves are black, that means that they're locked. They're fully defined. Everything's good. When something's blue in SolidWorks, that means it's underdefined, which means it's prone to changing when something else changes. It's kind of just free floating, or it's referenced off of something else. So when that something else changes, it's going to change with it. So it's happened many times in the past for me. I have this nice, beautiful drawing, everything precision, but I didn't use these smart dimensions. And then I'm like, oh, wait, let me just change it. And like implodes in on itself and inverts itself. It's pretty fun to see, actually. So for this, we'll just put like 2 inches. Yeah, that's good. So now this little construction line, you can see when we kind of point at it, it's kind of hidden. You can't really see it, but when you point on the edge, you can see it get highlighted. And it should be dashed. That's how you know it's a construction line. Now it's 2 inches long. You hit that check mark or escape key. And
and then that turns black because that's locked in already.
Yeah. So now like this little point is black now, and we can't really see the line because it's on the edge of our part, but it is also black now. And that means it's fully defined. Actually, if we click on it, it should say fully defined or something. Yeah, right here. It says information fully defined.
Oh, fully defined. Okay.
Yeah. I think when it's not, it says partially defined. But so let's get another center line, same way. Drop down key. We'll have it coming up 90 degrees perpendicular. SolidWorks will kind of lock and set degrees like 45 and 90. As you can see, it kind of pops out these yellow lines. So it kind of helps you. You don't have to like keep your hand steady to try and get that 90. It'll help you. So we'll get another smart dimension. We'll come out here. We'll specify like 1.5. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. We're gonna put 4 center lines, by the way. We'll have this one come out to the origin. As you can see, it lines up nicely. SolidWorks will kind of stop at points in others within the sketch and within like other sketches or parts, and it'll kind of try and line up for them. That's a helpful feature. But just in case, see, this little dot is blue because it's just kind of referencing the origin. It's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be at the origin. You just kind of stop me here. So we can be like, yeah, man, you're supposed to be at the origin, 1 inch. Perfect. Bam. And now it's black. Bam. So, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even do this many like fully defined things. I just kind of draw when I make my SolidWorks assemblies, but it's good practice as an engineer to make things like this.
Good question. How do we zoom in? And I'm using the laptop. How do we zoom into the shape?
Yeah. See, that's the problem. You're using a laptop. Do you have like a mouse by chance? Because a mouse just makes everything simpler.
Yeah, I need to start investing in a mouse.
Yeah, because it's zoom into the shape is scroll down on the mouse wheel.
Let me see.
Yeah, look that up real quick.
Yeah, let me.
I think maybe
see.
if you do the like
I find it.
2 fingers going out, or
let me see. Give me a quick second.
Yeah, if you're gonna use a laptop, at least have the Bluetooth mouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely, because let me see. I found the view orientation. I found the view orientation here. Normal 2. Let me see. Okay, you see, there's a normal 2, but now I am.
Yeah, but that kind of puts you normal to the whole part.
Yeah.
You sometimes make very large parts and you want to just zoom in on one little section.
Okay, perfect. I got it.
So
So I'm at the 1.5 still. So after that 1.5, we're doing another center line, right?
yeah, just 1 inch out this way. It should stop if you hold it over the origin. Like if you're going sideways out, it'll like kind of stop itself at the origin. That's where we want it. But as I was saying, when you click it and like say, all right, that's good, it's good. That little dot at the end is going to be blue because it's like I'm at the origin, but this is like I'm referencing another part, like another drawing. I'm not sure if this is like safe kind of thing. And so to get it to stick exactly where we want it, we just put another dimension on it.
So we did the 2, and then we did the 1, and then we did the.
So it's just 2 inches out, 1.5 up, and then 1 out again.
Oh,
right?
I did it from over here. Okay, let me see. Let me do this line.
Yeah. How is it going, Marcos? You're taking nice notes.
Oh yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah,
It's kind of like I mean, I know this is a lot more complicated than what do you call that other little kid one, Adventure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like
It's similar.
Yes,
yeah,
it
it's
is.
similar.
These are like fundamental to all of them, and that's basically what I'm going over.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, we'll get into the assembly, I guess, then tonight. I'll pick up the pace after we make this part. And yeah, because it is 1:35 or 6:35. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Pritika?
I'm doing good. I think they were just calling me because food was ready, but I can eat later, you know.
Okay. Well, yeah. But your parts coming out good?
Oh, yes.
Right.
Sorry, I thought you were, okay.
That's all right. Are you caught up, Alan?
Yes, it's a 2, 1.5, and then 1. Perfect.
Yes. All right. So from this little corner with the 1.5 and 1, we want to click on that, and we'll come out and see when SolidWorks kind of locks itself in an angle like a 45. It'll tell you that little angle symbol's coming out next to the cursor. We want to keep on that. You know, it says 135 degrees. We'll just click it out there. And see, so this one, it was kind of referencing itself, like within itself. It's not referencing anything actually. So that's why the entire line.
We're still with that center line, right?
Yeah, another center line. So this entire line is blue. And it's just free floating. So you can actually like grab this point and like drag it around because that's how free floating it is. And hell, we'll even offset it from the 45 it was at because we're going to tell it to be at 45 again. So with the smart dimension, we'll click it here. We're going to click this line and the line we want the angle from. So this line over here, the 1 inch line, and bam, there's our angle. Beautiful, ain't it? And so it's some arbitrary angle. We're going to put it at 45. Everything's locked here. Be careful when using this. Make sure the line you're referencing to is locked in. Only one of the lines is underdefined because it will move both of them like evenly if they're both underdefined. So since this line, the 1 inch, is fully defined, it only moved the underdefined line, this one, to make the 45 degrees, which is what we wanted.
Can you repeat that step one more time here to do that angle?
So to do this angle, we go to the smart dimension. I can even delete it to follow along with you. We click smart dimension. We click on the line. We want.
I didn't delete a dimension.
You just press delete on your keyboard while you have it selected.
Okay.
I mean, if you already had it, you don't need to. I'm just doing it again for.
Well, I have it going in the wrong direction.
Oh, okay. Then you click on the other line and see now it's like, okay, I get what you're saying. It's a smart dimension. So like it's no longer measuring length, it's now measuring the angle between two lines. So the smart dimension, like when you select more things, it's like, okay, I see what you want me to try and tell you, what you want me to define. So bam, there's that 45. just put it nice in the corner. If it wasn't 45, say it's 45 now. We'll check mark that dimension. Very nice. This little point right here is still blue. So we'll select another thing. And we can come out here. Make sure you're kind of going out at 45. If you go horizontal, it'll like say the height of the line. We don't want the height of the line. We won't want to have to do trigonometry. We'll come out here at an angle. And we'll say 0.75. See, so the smart dimension, it's pretty smart. You can specify the width of a line that's at an angle, or you can specify the length, like the hypotenuse of that line that's at an angle.
0.75, right?
Yeah. All right, now we're going to get into something that may or may not be in the Tinkercad. So we're going to come up here to the, oh, sorry, let's exit this dimension, right? Check mark it. We'll come up here to the top left and select spline. There's different types of splines. There's even equation-driven splines, curves. And that's for when you're modeling something that's like based off math, like real engineers do. None of us are real engineers right now, so let's not. We're just gonna select a regular spline, should like just by clicking that button. We're gonna start from this one, the 1.5 inch line meets the 2 inch line. Bam. I'm gonna go up here to our little 45-degree endpoint, and then to our 1 endpoint. Bam. And so what a spline is it's just an irregular curve. So see, there's our curve. It's pretty nice. It's a nice curve, but it's not what we want. It's fully defined, as you can see, because all of it's... Oh, you press escape, or there was a check mark up here. There's always a check mark somewhere where you can hit escape. When in doubt, escape.
Well, it's because I selected all 3 points and I still have a...
Oh, you gotta escape.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. So, because like you can select any number of points with the spline. And the spline changes as you select more points. The curve of it changes. So this is like a default curvature, if you will. But that's not the curve we want. So if we select this point right here at the bottom, where we started our little drawing. Oh, did more people join?
Oh, yeah.
More people did join. Oh, what's up, Alex? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you gonna teach these kids FEA? No.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just showing them the basics. Taking it nice and slow, man. Anyways, we're gonna select this little line.
Well, cool, man.
Out here.
Just listen along.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. It's going good. Yeah, they're following along. It's going pretty good. We're gonna select this little arrow kind of coming out here, and it kind of gives us all the properties where the parameters over here on the left, and it'll tell us the angle that's coming out of that point at. We want to select tangent driving, make sure that's selected if it's not, and let's set that to 0, that angle, and bam, the curve changed. So that's what splines do. So for one of our projects, I had to use splines a lot, and I had to set a bunch of angles to 0 and 90 degrees. But see, it lets you define that spline. So now our spline went from like a C shape to an S shape, and that's what we want. So we'll check mark that. Then we'll select this point up here at the end. We'll select the line again, hit tangent driving, little check mark, and then we'll set that to 0.
We double click, right?
Yeah, double click, single click. If it doesn't come up on one click, it should double click.
So double click here. Oh, there it is. You said tangent driving, okay. And then we'll to 0 too, right?
Yeah. So like this angle value, the thing we're setting to 0 is like a relative value. So sometimes you'll set it to 0 and then it'll like invert itself And if that happens, set it to the opposite of whatever you set it to. So instead of 0, set it to 180.
180.
If you have it at 90, set it to -90. And you can put a little negative in there and it'll be like, I get you, man. And then bam. All right, so there's our perfect little shape, our little S. It's very nice. Let's get a regular line now. We'll just click for line. We're not getting a center line. Make sure it's not a center line. Please make sure it's not a center line. And just for simplifying this drawing, we'll just, I was going to do another spline, but I guess to do the other parts, let's not do the other spline. We'll set this to 2 inches. Bam. Check mark that. And then we'll take another. Bam. And put it in the corner. Okay, so it's got that nice curved windshield, advanced curved glass, and then the backside's just bam. That chamfer. All right. Now, in order to project a drawing in SolidWorks, it has to be a closed shape. You can't have open shapes. So this right now, even though it looks like it's complete, because it's on this edge, it's not. It's an open shape because we only have this line, and this angled line. So we need to select line and complete the shape, selecting from this point to this end. And bam, see, it even shades it in when it's complete. Bam. A lot of errors you'll have sometimes when you're like doing drawing off of another shape that's already made is you'll forget to put that completing line. So always remember that your shape is complete.
And that's when it shades in.
Yes, it should. All right. So then,
How do
what was that?
Is there a difference between a line and a completing line?
No. It should just be a regular line connecting these 2 points. Yeah.
Because it's not shaded for me.
You did draw the line from, it's not a center line, right?
It is a center line.
Yeah, so click on the line. You don't have to delete it and redraw it. If you click on that line, like I did here, you can go to options right here on the left side, and you can check off for construction. So right now it should say for construction on, and see it's a center line. You just check off that for construction and it becomes a regular line.
Okay.
And check mark that. Is it shaded in now?
I have a couple center lines, so I'm gonna have to.
Make sure these little drawing lines are still center lines. These are just reference.
So the one that's at an angle, like the one that from the 2-inch to the corner of the block is not.
Yeah,
like
we
it's
define it. We didn't put any definitions on it, but it should be right on that corner of the block.
What should I do about it not? Because it's not a solid line.
Oh, it
but
should
it's
be.
already checked as for construction. So what do I do?
Oh no, don't. I was saying if it's checked for construction, take it off.
Oh.
Because when you hit for construction,
okay, now
it
it's
becomes,
shaded.
Yeah, it becomes a center line. So, yeah. Bam. And then we have our shape. So same thing as we did as the other one, we can select the whole sketch, go to features, extrude boss base, bam. Didn't do it, but you can put in, drag it around. We'll hit that mid plane again. If we were getting creative with it, some of these other things are up to surface. So we would select a surface on another body and bam, see it goes right up to that surface. This is great for curved things. Like if you have like a cylinder or like a curved surface, and you're like, hey, I just want this little like square shape to go up to that curved surface, and it'll perfectly match the curved surface.
We extrude it by selecting sketch 2, and then you go to
extrude boss base in the features tab.
oh, okay, features. Okay, you
Yeah,
go back.
features tab.
Oh,
Yeah, they're in Sketch has its own tab, and then the features is like taking everything to 3D.
Okay.
How do you edit a thing if you've already pressed enter?
You can, so say this isn't the way we want it, but I check mark that. You can just double click, I'm sorry, right click on it,
Mhm.
a little boss base, and hit edit feature right here in the top left of this little pop out. Bam, and it comes out, same menu, and you can just change it. So we want this to be mid-plane. Bam.
Where did you see edit feature? Hold on, your screen is really small.
Oh, no. All right. So when we right click on the whatever thing we want to edit, we go up here, it says say edit feature, and then right next to it is edit sketch too. It's when you right click, it's up like the top square.
I found it.
Nice.
We click edit sketch, right? Or
yeah, well, edit feature. This one. And when you hover over, it says edit feature.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll just make sure it's mid-plane.
Mid-plane.
Yeah. So that we get that nice even 3 inches.
Let me see. Where can I go into that? So I'm in box extrude 2. Oh, okay. You said mid-plane. Okay.
Yeah. But I was just showing you guys some of the other features. So you have like up to vertex, and then vertex is like a line or a point. So, bam. And it's for special cases, where you can't really do mid-plane. Like you don't want to just say like, hey, blind it straight up here. You want the end surface to be curved or something like that. You do up to surface, and you put a reference surface. So yeah, mid-plane, check mark that, bam. So there's the general body of our car.
Awesome.
Very nice, very nice. So, you don't have to use the cardinal planes all the time to draw. You can use other surfaces. So if you just click, let's face the front of our part. If you press spacebar, you can hit here front, or if you have the nice cube, you can just select front. And so now we're normal to the front of our part. Your screen should look like this. It's very nice, the front of our part. You'll just select here. You can select the face we were kind of looking at. And then you can go to sketch and sketch. And so now we're sketching. We're not referencing the front plane. We're referencing this front face.
Surface.
Yeah. And so you can do that for any surface. You could have even done it for this curved surface here, or this surface, any surface. So what we're going to do is we're going to center line. And sometimes you don't want to go all the way off of an edge and like just to get like in the middle of your part. So if you're in the middle of your parts on the origin or some other reference drawing, you can just hover over that point like here and then drop down. There should be a little blue dashed line and it'll kind of keep you locked, and then you can bam right here. There'll also be a little midpoint line, a little midpoint right there. See, it's like a square. When you see squares in lines, that means it's a midpoint. I'll just put that there. We get a smart dimension, 90 degrees up, vertical.
We're doing another sketch, right?
Yeah, this is a whole nother sketch.
So we're doing, correct me if I'm wrong, in the front view, we go into sketch and then line, right?
Yeah. So right now we're sketching on that front face of our part. We're not sketching on like the front plane of like the cardinal planes.
Yeah. We're in the front plane. Yes.
Yeah, so when we're dimensioning this line, oh my god, uh, just point 0.55 inches, bam. So 55. Yeah.
Let's see.
You kind of caught up to us, Alan. If you hover over like this bottom edge, you can find like if you hover over the middle, you'll find a little square, and that's the midpoint.
My mouse keeps on. Let's say okay, so I'm still in the front face, but my mouse has my arrow has a boss extrude 1 in it, and there's a box right next to the cursor.
Oh, are you still editing the boss extrude?
Yeah, that's where I'm getting a little bit confused right here.
Yeah, just press escape a few times.
Okay. I'm hitting escape, and the box is still there. So
Oh.
let me do. Okay, so let me go ahead and go sketch, and then sketch a new part. And then you said line, right?
Yeah.
Center line.
Center line. Yeah.
Center line. Okay, center line. Yeah, because my I'm not getting like an origin arrow either. Well, let me show you real quick.
All right. Yeah, show me. Yeah. Didn't even see one's message. What's this?
So check it out. So
right. So that little like, yeah. So that's what it is. Boss extrude 1. That's the part.
and then sketch.
So that little thing means like you're selecting a plane because it doesn't have a plane selected. So click on that side. Click on it. Bam. So you should be sketching on like that face.
I see. Okay. And then from here, we do the center line, right? You said?
Yeah. And kind of find that little square on the bottom.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
And then go up.
Yeah. Vertical. Bam.
And then smart. And then you said that we're changing this to 2, right?
55. No, 55.
55?
Yeah.
There it is. Money. Okay.
All right. Gucci. Bam. Okay, welcome back. We'll get another center line. And we'll go horizontal from our little top point. And just do that. We'll select it. In addition to doing the smart dimension, this is the lazy way of doing it. Right here you have parameters. It will tell you the length and the angle. You can change it here. I use this avidly, and it results in underdefined lines. They will mess with your sketches, but you can do that and then just slap that on there. That's already at the length you want, so you just check mark it. Bam. So 2-inch line going that way. Okay.
Smart dimensions, 2 inches. Okay.
Then we'll select up here, top left. In between line and spline is a circle. So we'll select circle. We just want the general circle, not the perimeter circle. And we'll click right here on this point. We'll take it out and see like it just kind of expands. We'll set an arbitrary length. And so right here, under parameters, you may be tempted to put this as your diameter, but keep in mind this says radius right here. So it's happened before to me plenty of times that I type in here, in this little parameters box, the diameter, and I end up getting a circle that's twice the width. Alternatively, you can go the smart dimension route, and the smart dimension will give you the nice little diameter. That little, let's put this at 0.25, quarter inch diameter. That little circle with the line through it means diameter, by the way, in case you're wondering. radius is denoted with just an R. So if you see R in front of a number, that means radius. If you see that little Norwegian O sound, it means diameter.
Okay.
So we got that defined, right? So we also need, so this is for the axle and like one wheel assembly, but we also need another axle somewhere over here, preferably about the same length, almost symmetrical. In fact, yeah, symmetrical. But do we really want to draw another line and circle? No. So what we can do is we can come up here on our little sketch tab, and right here, left middle-ish is our mirror entities right here. So we can click on that. It says entities to mirror. This is what we want to be flipped on the other side. We'll select the circle and this line. And then mirror about. So this is the axis we want it to flip over. And we can select this little vertical line we drew, and see it will even give us a little.
It's not letting me click mirror about.
Oh no. Are you still sketching something?
I clicked on arc 1 and line 5. That's what those are called for me. But the box is blue. Do I just press enter or?
The box is blue, like right here, like this?
Yeah, yes, that box is blue. So.
You need to click on mirror about right here. Or
Okay, it's okay now.
yeah, and then you click this line right here. And then bam, it's on the other side. We check mark it and bam, there it is. So these two are related. So if we change this one, it should.
It'll change the other.
Yeah. So if we put like 1.5, bam, they're like that. We actually want this to be a 2, so bam.
Then we press enter, right?
Yeah. Check mark it, enter, make sure it's confirmed. Escape works a lot of the time. But there we have it. So we're gonna exit sketch. We still have our sketch selected.
Sketch 3?
Yeah, sketch 3. Or, yeah. We still have it selected. And we're going to come back to the features tab. And instead of, if you notice, all these things are to like extrude a shape, like to project it out. If you go right here to the right a little bit, all these are to cut out a shape. And so we want extruded cut right here. Yeah. Okay, why is it? Oh no, oh God. I don't know why it's doing this. Anyways, now that you have your extruded cut selected, it'll kind of like auto do it. It gives you a little preview too of where it's going to cut, right?
It's not doing that for me. Like it has the little thing on the side that changed, but I don't see any preview.
Okay. Well, the yellow is the preview here. Sometimes like it'll keep it normal to your part like this, the way I'm seeing it. If you just turn it around, there it is. And see, there's the
Oh,
exit.
okay. I do see it.
Yeah. So this Solidworks is smart most of the time. It knows what you want most of the time.
How do we extrude that cut? Do we select the line and then
we select the sketch?
Yeah. So,
select the sketch.
Yeah, the sketch. So exit your sketch, select it, and then go to features, extrude cut.
Sketch and then extrude cut.
Sorry to ask this, but how much longer is this part gonna take?
We're done with this part.
Oh,
the other
okay.
parts will go by very fast because they're very simple.
See, because it's not. You said
I have to go soon.
extend cut.
Yeah.
Extrude cut.
Yeah.
It's not. The sketches both open and close contours. Pick a sketch identity to define and open.
Open and close contours. Oh, so is one of your lines here, is it not a construction line? Is it like a regular line?
Yeah.
Yeah, so change that. You can just select a line, and over here on the left side, it will say properties, and you can just click for construction. It's a little checkbox. So that's another thing to keep in mind when you're doing these setup drawings. Make sure they're construction lines, they're center lines.
Okay, so let me try that again one more time.
Yeah.
So let me exit.
And basically the problem there is like it thinks it's part of a shape, and so it's like, bruh, the shape is not complete.
Okay, let me see that right there. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Awesome.
All right. So in addition to blind, see, it's got the same features. Up to next is like up to the next surface. Up to vertex is you can select a point or a line. Up to surface, if you wanted a curve cut, you could select that. Offset from surface, if you wanted to like go up to a certain surface but not quite up to it. Up to body, up to another three-dimensional shape. Midplane, if we had our sketch in the middle, we would use that. But one of the good ones is through all, which it'll just cut all the way through, technically to infinity, and through all both, which it means it's going to go both ways and cut all the way through. So it's a fast way to say I don't have to define all these numbers. I can just click through all, and bam, there's our holes.
Okay. Let me see.
So your part should look like this.
Yeah, my I think I'm fine because both my holes are white. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like my
The whole
background.
screen is white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, so like I said, I pimped out my SolidWorks. That'll be another how-to video workshop, how to pimp your SolidWorks, right, Alex? But yeah, so that your guys' background is a 3-point gradient white. Mine's like 3-point blue, grayish. So yeah, these holes should be whatever the color of your background is. And because that just means like it's through the whole part. So yeah, that part is done. So we can save it and put up here in the top leftish, we have their little save icon. If you click down, you can put save as, and we'll name this whatever. Demonstration car 1, put as demonstration car 2. Here, by the way, you were asking earlier about 3D printing. If you click save as, right, so let me just, you have your part saved, right? That's the
Yes.
SolidWorks part. So right here, it says save as type. It's got a whole list of 3D file types. Everyone and their mother made one. But right here, somewhere in the middle-ish, is STL. It's STL, and then it has like .stl. That's the one you want. Right here you have options, and you can specify in here the basically the resolution of the STL. Make sure the unit for the STL is millimeters, is usually the standard. Actually, yeah, keep it in millimeters, because almost all of the machines are in millimeters, all 3D printers. So you want to make sure that's in millimeters, because if you have it in anything else, it's going to be like, bruh, like you want me to go 1 millimeter this way when you had it as 1 inch kind of thing. So you just literally click save, and then it'll give you this screen. It'll cut your part up into a bunch of triangles. It'll tell you how many triangles. It'll tell you how big the file is going to be. The more you increase the triangle resolution, the higher the larger the file will be. You get me? And you just put yes, and if you go into your files, there will be an STL there wherever you had it saved. So I won't show you opening the STL and like formatting the G code. That'll be another workshop for later. But for now, we have our part. You know how to save it in different file types. You know how to save it as a SolidWorks part. So we'll move on to the second part. We'll go up here to the new. You can also just drop down. We'll select that part. Okay, I'm gonna pick up the pace a bit. Right? Just let me know if you need me to stop, because you're right, this is dragging on a little bit. All right, so sketch front plane, circle. Bam, 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 real quick. That's how you gotta be. The whole point of CAD is to draw things quickly. So we're in our front plane. We have our sketch 1 in our new part. We selected the circle. Bam, we're gonna go off the origin, arbitrary length, and whatever, check mark it, smart dimension. So this is going to be our axle. So we'll click that and remember the diameter of our circle. Normally you want, especially if you're 3D printing, you want to make these parts have tolerance so that you have to do as little sanding as possible. But for now, this is just a virtual part demonstration. We'll put it the exact same size. So 1/4 inch circle, bam. All right, you guys with me?
Yes.
All right, good stuff. Exit that sketch, select that sketch. Features, extrude that boss base. Midplane. Everything's good? You guys here?
Yeah.
The width of our part is 3 inches. We'll have the wheels be about 1 inch thick each. And we want an extra 1/4 inch cushion between the wheel and the part and each end. So that's 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus, let's put an extra 1/4 inch somewhere in there. So what does that equal? No idea, but 6.5 sounds like a good number.
We're putting that 6.5 right where there's an arrow to it, right?
Well, 6.5 as the length of our part. Right here it says D1, the distance.
Distance. Oh, okay, yes. Okay, so that's where we change it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we put to 6.5?
And we're in the midplane, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have a 6.5 inch long cylinder, right? This is our axle. The thing is the wheels, they'll spin right on this axle, but they need something to retain them so they don't just spin off the thing. So we're gonna put little pinholes. So let's get in the top view of our part. You can select the top plane here. Get normal to it. I use the square method by just hitting that space and then selecting the top. So, you get normal to the part. Oh, by the way, if you're in normal to the part and you like hit normal again, you'll like flip to the other side.
Oh.
Yeah, so neat thing. So now we're in the top view of our part. We have our top plane selected, right? We hit sketch. And this is where a mouse to zoom in comes in handy because, hey, this is kind of thin, hard to work with. I'm selecting everything just by moving a little bit, but I can zoom in. Whoa. Select.
You said, okay, you said, so I'm in the top view. I just selected, right? Select the
top plane, right? And then hit sketch.
Why are you a pencil? What are you drawing right now?
So we get a center line.
Okay.
We go to the bottom edge of our part. Or I guess that's the frontmost edge, actually.
Okay, okay, so here we are. Oh, you're doing the sketch, right? We're doing another sketch on that.
On the top plane.
Yeah, and then,
Yeah, so then we come down here to the bottom edge. Like I said, man, a mouse is good to zoom in. And we're just gonna put it 0.25.
top plane. I'm having trouble getting going to that top plane. So I'm in the top view. I just click the
Right here on the left, there should be top plane.
Oh, there it is. Okay, top plane.
Sketch.
And then sketch.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. And then were you doing the center line, right?
Yeah, center line off of this little bottom. So it's bottom the way we're looking at it right now, but it's actually like the frontmost side.
Uh-huh.
You get me? Then we'll just put it a 1/4 inch away from this bottom edge. Same way you did your little line, you know, find that little square, go up, and smart dimension it.
Going up, smart dimension, right? You said.
Yeah.
And we're doing the smart
1/4
dimension
inch.
1/4 inch, 0.25.
Then the next thing we'll do is we'll select a center rectangle. And then we'll make it, right? Make the little rectangle there. And we want it to be 1/10 of an inch square. So 0.1, 0.1, not 2, 1. Yeah, so there's our 1/10 of an inch square, 1/10 of it.
0.1. Okay.
So we'll exit sketch. There it is. We'll go back to features with our sketch selected. Should be sketch 2.
Sketch 2.
We'll extrude cut. And Solidworks tends to remember the last value you put in it here. So here it says 6.5 inches, which is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
This is where I said through all both, because our sketch is in the middle of the plane. So if we put through all both, it's just got bam. So that's the one we want to do. I'm going to just show you what the surface does, up to surface. Oh, bam. That's actually.
You hit enter, right?
Yeah. See, right here, the up to surface does like a curved cut. You see? So it's good if you want to just limit it to that curved surface. But yeah, so through all both, check mark it, and bam, there's a little hole. We need one on the opposite side. But let's not go through the process of editing the sketch, which by the way, the sketches, they get hidden inside these little features on the left side. You just need to click the little drop down arrow and bam, there's your sketch again. And you can edit it, right click it, edit sketch right here. Let's not do that though. So what we can do is, in addition to mirroring sketches, you can also mirror features. So we can have this little cut extrude selected and we can hit this mirror right here. It deselected it, goddammit. So we need to select a mirror face plane. So basically where we want to mirror it across. And thankfully our part is centered on the front
Sorry, where
plane.
did you see the mirror?
It's right here. It's not highlighted, but it's right here. So features, keep going left, and then this third little block, bottom right corner, is mirror.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Yeah. So we go over here. When in doubt, if you're trying to like find something, there's this little drop down list here in the top right corner of your main view panel. The top left corner, I mean, right here. And it kind of gives you all the things you have thus far. It's the same thing as your tree. And so you can select from this panel too. This is actually very helpful, especially when your part gets complex. So features to mirror, we want to select cut extrude 1 and see right here on the little drop down tree, bam, cut extrude 1. And see it even previews it right there. And there it is.
So give me faces to mirror. No, features to mirror.
Mm-hmm. So the face to mirror is on the front plane. We want to mirror it across the front plane. And then features to mirror, cut extrude 1. And we can select it here through this little feature tree that's in the top left corner of our little part view.
Face 1, and then...
Not face 1. cut extrude 1 across from the front plane.
Okay, let me see. So I'm back here. I go into to start everything off. I go into mirror, and then I see you. I see that you have what's that? Oh, it just says front plane. Okay.
Yeah, front plane.
Okay, so I'm here. Mirror face plane. That's what I wanna.
Yeah. So that's basically saying, what do you want me to mirror across? So we select the front plane because we want it to be on the opposite end of our part. You got it?
No, but how can I put that front plane on the mirror face plane?
So you select the mirror face plane. It should highlight it, turn it blue like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
You come over here. Your thing should be like this, right? Like it's not popped out. You click
Oh,
the little
I got it.
drop down
Yeah.
arrow,
And then you
bam.
put front plane.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then to select features to mirror, you click here on the features to mirror, highlight it, and you click cut
extreme. There it is.
Yeah, so whenever you're in these kinds of SolidWorks menu, make sure you have what you want to ding highlighted.
Yeah.
It's not going to know what you're clicking unless you highlight the box. So now that we have that, we click that OK, and bam, there it is. And it gets its own little feature called mirror 1.
Okay, mine didn't. I wanna try that one. Oh, there it is. I came out with there's like a warning sign. Warn some features instances are disjoint and will not be created. Use the body's option to mirror pattern distinct. Okay, let me try one more time here. So we're gonna go.
Is that arrow on your cut extrude 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you put the center line?
Yes. Yeah, because I already have I have
like this line right here, the the quarter-inch line. Is it a center line or is it like a regular line?
No, it's a center line.
And the square's a full, like it's a regular square. It's not a center square. Like
On the square,
like this X lines, they should be construction lines. Like they'll be dashed, but the edges should be
solid.
Yeah, they should be solid.
Yeah, they are solid. Oh, that's weird. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay. Top plane. Let's see. Oh yeah, I see what happened. Okay, so mine is so mine doesn't have that X in the middle. So that must mean that mine is a line. Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure it's
Yeah.
make sure it is a center rectangle. Yeah, and we go off the middle.
Oh, actually, no, that is yeah, no, it comes out as a wow, it comes out as a centered. Yeah, because I press the center rectangle to make that rectangle. Yeah. That's some features instances are disjoint and will not be created. Use the body's option to mirror pattern distinct bodies.
This is a cut extrude, right? It's not a regular extrude. It's not boss extrude.
Yeah, it's a cut extrude.
And it came out, right?
Yeah.
And then the mirror is not coming out, or is it out?
The mirror is the one that's not coming out. Yeah.
edit
Can you
your
select the cut extrude or the sketch?
The what?
Yeah, did you select the sketch to feature or the cut extrude?
The cut extrude.
Right. So like, look at my screen. It looks like this. It says features to mirror, cut extrude 1.
Okay.
It doesn't have sketch 2 selected. So,
Give me a second. Let me go back into that. How can I configure feature? No, not that one. How can I go into the? Do I have to? So to go into the options for the mirror, do I double click that on my tree?
No, you right click it and then it's the edit feature thing that you showed earlier.
So you right click and then you go up a little bit and it says edit feature. It looks like a little block with the pencil in front of it.
Configure feature?
Edit feature.
Edit? Oh. Wow, I don't have.
So like.
It doesn't say edit feature. It's a picture, and then if you hover over the picture, then it says edit feature.
Yeah, it's not on the bottom. So there, when you right click, there's 2 little.
Oh, I see now. Edit feature.
Yeah,
I see it.
It's in the top menu.
Yeah, so it says, okay, so it's interface plane, front plane, and then features to mirror cut extrude 1. Yeah, cut extrude 1, and then, yeah.
Cut extrude 1. Front plane, cut extrude 1. That's weird. It should be propagating then.
Right. Okay, and then, okay, so I have that, and then I press check mark, right, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try the check mark again. Yeah, it comes out with the same warning. Some features instances are disjoint will not be created. Use the body's option to mirror pattern distinct bodies.
What's up, Alex? Have you heard that error before? And is Alex here?
No, he's not. Oh, never mind.
Have you heard of
I
that
just
error
didn't see the name Alex.
Look, let me show you what's going on over here.
Yeah, so stop sharing. Yeah, share your screen. Let's see if maybe we can figure that out.
Okay. Okay, so check it out. It's right here. Right here.
What does it say? Warning some features.
It's just trying.
I'm gonna go. Bye, guys.
See you.
Bye.
All right.
Can you delete that and then do it again? So I think right click it and then should be
Or
able
you can select it and then hit delete. Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go.
Can you zoom out a little bit just to kind of see the rest of the model? With the there you go.
All right, so go to features.
We're gonna do features and then mirror. And then here we do this.
Drop down the front plane.
Front plane, and here we do
cut extrude 1.
And then enter.
Yeah, click and then zoom out and click enter.
Yep, same. Nope, same.
Edit it. Go to the edit. Click on the front plane.
Oh, that's why. Because you
didn't
extrude. Yeah, you didn't extrude mid plane.
You didn't do mid plane. So basically, it's mirroring the feature, but like to like not the part, basically nowhere. Because the front plane right there, what you see is like underlined in blue. That's basically the line of symmetry.
Oh, okay. So it's using that as the half point.
Yeah.
So I think we can fix this. Exit the mirror, like just hit X. Go to your edit your boss extrude 1. And instead of blind, that's a problem. You need to hit mid plane. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Check
so we're
mark
gonna
that.
check.
Bam. And then now the mirror.
Zoom out.
Actually, yeah.
There you go.
There. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
okay,
yeah,
so that was
sure,
a problem.
I think you also did that a few times in the other one, but it still worked out. But just make sure, like when you hit, like when I do mid plane, it's gotta be mid plane,
Okay.
at least for things like that. Like I said, all that does is it keeps that plane in the middle, so that your origin is like in the middle.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Sorry, we'll get finished here. So that's it for our axle. So we can save that. I'll put axle 2. Bam. And you could go about the same way to export it to an STL.
What did you just do right now?
I just saved it.
Okay, you just saved it? Okay, so we're just saving it now.
Save it, name it, whatever you want, just so you know what it is.
Save as.
It's good to name your parts like axle, like with a part, and then or whatever assembly it's a part of, and then number, you know. It's good to have like a consistent naming system for your parts. So now that we've done that, we can go to new part, and we'll make the pin that goes in that axle. So we can, same thing as last time, front plane, sketch. We made a rectangular hole, so we got to make a rectangular pin. Just a little center rectangle. Put that at the origin, and the size of our hole is 1/10 of an inch. Again, we're not dealing with tolerances or anything, so
we're doing a sketch. We're doing a rectangular sketch, right?
Yeah.
But we're doing the center rectangle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So these little icons will change depending on whatever you selected last. So like since we've been using center rectangle, you can just click on the icon. You don't have to click on the drop down arrow all the time, and it'll be a center rectangle. Oh, bam, there it is. 1/10 of an inch.
Sketch rectangle.
All right.
What do we got? We have, you said you did a point.
1/10 of an inch, 0.1.
0.1 on both length and width,
Yeah,
right?
it's a perfect square. The same size as the slot we cut in the axle.
Okay.
All right. So we'll exit our sketch. That's it. We'll extrude boss base. Make sure we select here under direction 1, mid plane. And then we can do 1/2 inch, 0.5.
Okay, so we're doing blind. We did mid plane.
Switch the blind to mid plane.
And then for that,
just 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 0.5.
Check mark it. There's our pin. Some things like pins and screws and stuff are as simple as that.
Did y'all's rectangle come out vertical? Make him up vertical. No, but that's fine.
On the top plane? Yeah. So as long as it's a pin. Did you do it on the top plane?
I did it in the front plane actually. That's why I think.
No, I did it on the front plane.
You did it on the front plane too?
It might just be how you're looking at it. You can always press space and then select isometric, and then
Isometric.
it should look something like
Yeah,
this.
it's really an isometric.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. But I mean,
if it's a square, it's a square.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, there's our pin. Bam. So now we've been just extruding straight out for both our cuts and extrusions. So we'll try something different in our next part, the wheel. So we'll create new.
We saved this already, right, as a pin?
Yeah, save it. So we're in a new part.
Okay. Front plane?
Normal to the front plane, yeah. We have the front plane selected. I'm gonna sketch. And get center line.
Center line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, I can't see the chat. Someone put something in the chat and I can't see it.
It was Alex. He was he was leaving.
Alright, cool. Yeah, we're taking it slow, you know.
So, so it's vertical and then we're doing smart dimension on.
Just getting it to 1/2 inch. Center line, make sure it's a center line, by the way. Like I said, if you do a regular line right there, you can just come over here, options. It's not in parameters, my bad. It's in options on the left side. Make sure that for construction is checked. That means it's a center line. Yeah. So we're making a wheel and all we're doing is making the profile of it. So we'll do this.
You hit another center line there, right? That's another center.
No, this is a regular line.
Regular line?
Yeah, so sorry, I'm not announcing what I'm doing. Regular line. Let's take it out 1/4 of an inch. Nah, a quarter is too small. Let's make it 0.3. Man. So 3/10 of an inch. Check mark that. We'll take another center line and we'll go a little further north up right here. We'll smart dimension it. We'll set it at 0.5 as well. Nah. 1.5 is too small. Yeah, we'll do 1 inch. It's gonna be a weird wheel. So we'll go line, just a regular line, not a center line. We'll come out. Where am I at? Smart dimension. And we'll take that to 0.5 again. Or again, never mind. So it's 0.5, 0.3. They're an inch apart, right? So our little pin needs a flat face to hold this wheel back on, right? So we'll make a little flat face here. And we'll make it like 1/4, not 1/4 inch, we'll make it 0.3 again.
And you did the line, okay, I see you.
Perpendicular to this little edge.
Yeah, and that's a regular line?
Yeah, just a regular line, just vertical. And then...
Did that, what was it, 0.5?
Yeah. Yeah, then we can do just a little freeform spline. Bam. So splines, you can mess around with them a lot. You can make weird shapes. They make things look more organic. And you can add more points, as many points as you want, really. We'll do the whole spline tangent driving again. We'll just like, you know, do the whole 0 degrees. And see, this is what I was saying about the, it's all relative geometry with these little spline tangents. So sometimes it will invert itself when you hit like 0. So when that happens, just change it to 180 like I did here, and well, bam.
You clicked from 0.5 to the 0.3, right?
Yeah, so this spline is just going from here. I put a little middle point and then to the
that's what I was missing, the middle point.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let me do
So
the middle
bam,
point.
middle point, and then spline. Yeah, and then all you do is just click an extra time somewhere in the middle. You can drag this point around. So like,
right. So
it's
I'm
not
there.
like set in stone.
So I'm there. Let me hit.
And like I said, splines can have as many points as you want. They don't have to be 3 points. I'm just doing that for the sake of simplicity.
So I'm already here, and then you did. Okay.
The
so
tangent driving here.
You did. Okay. So the parameters. What was it? What was the parameters for it?
We just changed the angle to 0, and if it inverts itself, change it to 180.
Ooh, I can't select that angle.
The little arrow.
Yeah, I can't get that angle right there. Yeah, the box is not letting me. Give me a second.
Make sure you have that tangent driving. Alright, like you can't click the arrow itself.
Edit sketch. We did that here. What did you say? Can you repeat the how to get that angle again?
So you gotta select the little arrow. Come down here and make sure tangent driving is checked.
Tangent driving is. Oh, there it is. Okay,
Yeah.
we hit that 0, right?
Yeah, hit that 0, and tell me, did it like fuck itself up? Did it like?
A little bit. It opened up a little bit more.
Well, like, is the line crossing over on itself? Like, is it bent backwards on the 0.5 line?
It's not.
Okay, then it's good. Like, if it's coming out to the right, then that's good.
Yeah. It is coming up to the right. It's just weird. It's not. It doesn't look like yours for sure.
Yeah, so you just gotta come down here to the other one and do the same thing. Check that.
This one.
Yeah, the bottom one on the 0.3.
Tangent. 0.
Right.
Yeah. Now it kind of inverted itself.
So if it's like inverted on itself, like it's not coming out to the right, then you just gotta change that 0 to 180.
180. Okay, no, that's 180.
You get me? Like, oh, okay, flip it on the other side.
There it is.
Yeah, and then you can just drag this middle point around until it looks nice. You know, sometimes engineering is just making things look nice.
Yeah.
So we got a nice round bubble shape, and like you can change these values too, these arrows, but it gets tricky at that point, especially if this point's like just free floating, like it is right now. It's not defined to anything. So that looks good, but that's not our final sketch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit mirror entities. We're gonna come sketch mirror entities. And then entities to mirror about, make sure that's the highlighted box. It's got the bluish tint. We'll select all of these lines we just drew.
Did you exit the sketch?
No, don't exit the sketch.
Okay.
We're still in the sketch, we just exited the spline.
That's what I need to exit. Okay, to exit the spline, how do I?
Just hit escape once.
Escape once.
And then we go sketch, and then
it's not
mirror entities. Sometimes there's like a check mark up here or something.
Yeah, nope, I don't have a check mark either.
On the left side?
No. Let me see, do I escape? Hmm. Okay, mirror entities. No, I'm it's because I'm still in that. Hmm. You wanna let me see.
And all right,
Let me
go
see.
ahead and show me.
There it is. Is that right? So
Yeah, that looks good. Click that check mark on the. What's that?
this one?
No. That's exit sketch. So
Okay.
you're already out of it. You're already out of the spline.
Oh, am I okay? So
Yeah.
you said go mirror entities.
No, not move. Mirror. That's move. That's a helpful tool, especially if you draw a sketch and then you're like, oh no, I just want to move it over here. But yeah.
I'm at mirror entities right there.
All right. So let me take back the screen. Yep. All right. So we're just gonna select basically the stuff we drew, not this middle line, but the 2.3 lines and our spline, and then the 0.5 line.
You selected all of them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just you can hold control and just keep clicking, or actually I think you can just click. Yeah, I think if you click, it'll just keep clicking.
Yeah, I clicked each individual. So line 5, 2, 3, spline 3, and line 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you select the mirror about box.
Mirror about?
And we're gonna select that 1-inch line in the middle.
So it's gonna mirror it around. It's
Yeah.
gonna okay.
Yeah. We check mark it, bam. So that's like the profile of our tire.
Oh, that's the pin. Okay, I see.
Well, it's the profile of our tire.
Tire, okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is now that we have this profile, we're gonna rotate it. So we'll exit sketch, but before we can rotate it, we need an axis to rotate it on. So we're gonna get into something called reference geometry. This is a very helpful tool, especially if you're cutting things at awkward angles or you're drawing like profiles on weird things or offset from other faces. But you can define your own planes. Like you have the front, top, and right planes, you can make your own. And they'll have special relationships to these planes or to other surfaces, but you can also define points and coordinate systems. But the thing we want is an axis. So we'll click on features here in the features tab. All the way to the right is here reference geometry right before curves. We'll click down, we'll click on it and we'll put this little drop down menu and we'll click axis. So it's asking right here just like, oh, okay, you want to make an axis. What do you want me to reference? And so we want our axis to be at the intersection of the top plane and the right, no, not the right plane, the front plane.
Top plane and front plane, right?
Yeah. So we just select those two and see, like it already draws that axis there. Bam. There it is. We check mark it. There's our axis. It's at the bottom of our sketch because we're going to rotate it about that and get our wheel. So we're here. We're outside of selecting anything, right? We don't have this anything selected. We're going to come up here, features, revolved boss base.
Okay.
So we're going to select that revolved boss base. We'll select here in our little drop down menu, sketch one. And why did it kick me out of revolved boss base? Oh my God.
I clicked on sketch one and yeah, it kind of rotated. Now I'm at my tree comes in with a axis of revolution and then direction 1.
Yeah, so you have axis 1 selected?
Yes.
Yeah. So we wanted a full 360 degrees, so we shouldn't have to change any of the properties, but you can. Okay, there, mine finally caught up. That was weird. But yeah, so you select your axis 1 and bam, it gives you a little preview of the wheel.
Yes.
Yes, so like I said, you have different things, blind, mid-plane, up to vertex, and that's just if you only want to rotate it a certain amount, not the full 360. But we do want the full 360. So bam, check mark it. There's our wheel. See, but we did something wrong. Yes, indeed we did. The classic blunder. We put our inner diameter we put it as our diameter instead of the radius. So when you edit that, it's not completely redo the whole part. So right here on Revolve 1, we'll click this little drop down arrow, right?
Sketch 1.
Sketch 1, edit sketch.
Uh-huh.
See, you're getting it, man. You're getting it. This 0.5. Why did I do 0.5, man? I wasn't even thinking. Double click it, and we can edit it. And as you can see, like it's already implying like, okay, you're gonna edit the sketch, it's gonna change the revolution, let me like think ahead kind of thing. The inner diameter of our shaft is 0.25, is a 1/4 inch. Solidworks can actually do math for you, by the way, in these things. So what's half of a 1/4 inch? It's 0.125. But if you don't want to do that math, you can literally put 1/4 inch divided by 2. Like 0.25 divided by 2. Enter. Bam. It's right there.
0.25
Divided by /2. Yeah. And it'll do the math for you.
0.13, right?
Yeah. The only thing, it's 0.25, but it truncates it to 13. The only thing is, see, this point was free floating. You see that? So it kind of stayed where it was, didn't follow with everything else. So just change it back to something where you had it. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, because it's just going to be a wheel, right? So we can just move it.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
So we can exit the sketch again, and there's our wheel, just the way we wanted it. Now this is just personal preference. You got that axis one going out there,
yes.
all nasty like. You can right click a feature and you can put hide right here, right underneath edit feature. You can put hide and bam, it's gone. It's still there here on the left, so you can reference it.
How'd you do that? You went to...
You right click on it and you right underneath edit.
On axis, right?
Yeah. And you put hide. And that's just to like, see, okay. You don't have that axis sticking out when you look at the part.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's it, man. Well, we've been at it for about an hour and 50 minutes. We've made all 4 parts. Do you want to just call it here, or do you want to assemble it?
Is it gonna take a little bit longer?
Yeah, it's gonna take like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Because I got somewhere to be in about 30 minutes, man.
All right, then that'll be workshop number 2, assemblies and drawings.
There it is. All right. Thank you very much, Harry. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. I appreciate you coming out here. Thank you too.
You're gonna send the recording to...
The recording, I'm gonna. It should save to my computer, but
okay.
And then I'll figure out a way to upload it, get it to you guys.
If not, you can post it there on, or maybe I can even send you my email, and maybe we can work something out there.
Well, like I'll put it in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, there it is. Cool.
All right,
like
cool.
Link to the OneDrive. Yeah. All right. See you guys. You good, Marcos?
Yeah.
Make it sense to you? Or?
Yeah. So I was paying attention the whole time.
All right. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out here, and we'll get this to everyone else. And yeah, next time will be assemblies and drawings.
Yeah, hopefully by the time you get ready for the next one, I'll already have the parts made.
Yeah, that'll be sometime next week. We'll do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much, man.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Yeah.